the Democracy Fund helping me out in this situation is helping me and the little guy to stand up for themselves, because nobody else would. Like, just because I don't make $20 an hour, just because, my job doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It did.
And so we've now filed a claim against them for proper severance for Janet, which wouldn't be possible without the support of the Democracy Fund.
Hey everyone, go to fightvaccinepassports.com now. If you're able to make a donation, I want you to keep in mind that those funds go directly to the Democracy Fund, which is a registered Canadian charity. So you're going to get a tax receipt, and that donation will help people who might not otherwise be able to have their say, to have their chance at justice, to stand up and have an exceptional lawyer by their side.
Warning, censorship.
Adam Soos here for Rebel News, and for some time we have been bringing you the heartbreaking stories of WestJet employees who have been terminated despite years of loyal service over their vaccination status. Some of these people were willing to go out and get the jab and had adverse reactions to the first shot and were therefore recommended by doctors and specialists not to be vaccinated. Others already had COVID-19 and therefore have natural immunity. They have been tested and paid for that themselves to confirm high level of antibodies. Despite this, they also have been shown the door. And one of the most sort of egregious examples that I have seen, and I know of 3 cases now, one with Air Canada and 2 with WestJet, where people who have worked from home for years and have no contact with other WestJet employees, that's right, are being shown the door, are being fired over their vaccination status. The fact that these people are being let go when they don't have contact with other people and they work from home tells me that this is an ideological push and not a push for the safety or well-being of WestJet employees. We have had it, and this is enough of this madness. We're doing more than simply reporting on these stories now. We're helping these people stand up for themselves. Janet Dukeman of WestJet worked from home and was fired over her vaccination status. Thanks to your donations at Fight Vaccine Passports, Sarah Miller of JSS Barristers is working on behalf of Janet Dukeman to seek out justice. We're going to be joined now by Janet for a little bit of her personal story, and then by Sarah Miller for a legal perspective and an update on how matters are proceeding on this story.
If you had an opportunity to be in my home, you would realize that not only is most of the stuff around my house blue, my vehicle is blue. Like I'm WestJet to the core. So when I applied 5 years ago and I got the job, it was a work from home position. And I've always worked from home since I took the position. It was convenient for me then, and it's convenient for me now as I live rurally, and it was one of the main reasons I took the job was because I wouldn't have to commute back and forth to work. It just worked with my lifestyle, and not getting paid as much as perhaps I could with a different job. To me, it balanced out because I didn't have to drive to work, wear and tear on my vehicle, those kinds of things. So yeah, I've always worked from home.
Can you just tell us about sort of the process? And it's pretty heartbreaking how they sort of let you go.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Adam, I did disclose to them my vaccination status. I have a letter from my practitioner, and it was ill-advised for me to receive the vaccine. At the time, I thought I went through all the right processes in not only getting the exemption, trying to get the exemption. I saw my practitioner. She gave me a letter that was actually adjudicated by an entire board to even write me a letter, because apparently AHS was auditing any letters that were written. Mm-hmm. So that was done. I had a meeting with Dr. Tammy with WestJet prior to my leave of absence. And she assured me that they were going to do whatever they could to make this happen for me, because it was ill-advised for me to receive the vaccine at the time. They told me that they were going to put me on leave of absence on November 1st, regardless. I assumed in good faith that they were working on some things that they said that they were, and they did not. And they just kept, every time I've asked, they've just said, oh, well, you're on leave of absence until, we can adjudicate your claim. And it's like, but what's, anyway, that to me is really, like, they just keep putting me off. They actually have not officially terminated me. However, when I found out through logging into my travel benefits, just out of curiosity. And on my travel benefits, it said in bright red letters, terminated.
She's worked for WestJet for many years, has only ever worked from home. Her job title included, when she was first hired, something about working from home or at home service or something. So she's not posing a risk to WestJet by being unvaccinated, by refusing to vaccinate, by being unable to vaccinate. She has medical concerns regarding the vaccine, including an allergy that she, of course, right at this time can't get confirmed with an allergist, because you can't get in to see allergists at this time during the pandemic. So she was put on leave of absence November 1st. We corresponded with WestJet, tried to settle amicably. They refused, and so we've now filed a claim against them for proper severance for Janet, which wouldn't be possible without the support of the Democracy Fund.
At the very beginning, the first letter that we got in regards to the mandates, WestJet had a line in that first letter to us that basically said, don't bother trying to sue us. It's going to cost you too much money and take too much time. And I know that is true, especially for a person in my position. I don't make a lot of money, but it's money to me, and it's half of our lifestyle. And so therefore, what was said in that letter was true. It would not be cost effective for me to do this. And I look at that and I go, that is the epitome of evil, because they know that I can't afford to do this. They know that what I will get out of this won't be worth an actual lawsuit. So I am thankful. I am really, really thankful to the Democracy Fund for helping me out in this situation, because it's not fair. It's not fair at all that the little guy gets completely trampled and sent out the door packing with no recourse, no ability to, I can't replace the job that I had, and my vaccine status is causing me grief in even being able to replace an equivalent value of pay. So it's the Democracy Fund helping me out in this situation is helping me and the little guy to stand up for themselves, because nobody else would. Like, just because I don't make $20 an hour, just because, my job doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It did.
I want to thank Janet and Sarah for that important update, but ultimately I really want to thank you, the viewers. These people, as Janet said, would not have the opportunity to stand up for themselves and would not have the opportunity to fight back without your donations. Any donations that you make at fightvaccinepassports.com will be used to hire lawyers to help people who might not otherwise afford to be able to fight back. Excellent lawyers like Sarah Miller of JSS Barristers. So if you can, go to fightvaccinepassports.com now and donate. As always, I want to thank you for tuning in. For Rebel News, I'm Adam Soos. Everyone, go to fightvaccinepassports.com now. If you're able to make a donation, I want you to keep in mind that those funds go directly to the Democracy Fund, which is a registered Canadian charity. So you're going to get a tax receipt, and that donation will help people who might not otherwise be able to have their say, to have their chance at justice, to stand up and have an exceptional lawyer by their side.